In your face. In your face. What me not like you? In your face, in your face, in your face, in your face. In your face, yeah. Island vibes, we bring it true to light night. Turn up the sound, let the people unite. From the heart of PF, we speaking it clear. Real talk, real change in your face, we in your face. We say it bold, no delay. Truth and vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire in your face, right here. In your face, 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 in your face. We talking life, we talking change, we talk solutions. From the street to leaders, sparking revolution. No filter, no fear, just real conversation. Building up the proof, uplift the nation. Ideas flow like the ocean tide. Different land views, but we stand with pride. From young to old, everybody got a say. Tune in, lean in, hear what we can say. Your face, in your face. We say it bold, no delay. Truth and vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire in your face, right there. In your face, 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 yeah. It's in your face, feel the energy rise. Open up your mind, let's visualize. Better days coming, we paving the way. Join the movement every Saturday. It's in your face, yeah, we keep it true. From the heart of the island, straight to you. No hiding, no running from the issues we face. We confront it dead on, right in your face. Solutions build when we risen as one. Unity strong like the morning sun. Yes, up, talk it out, walk it out, make a plan. Together we rise, that's the mission we stand. In your face, we say it bold, no delay. Truth and vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire on. In your face, right there. In your face, 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 yeah. In your face, pick up the herb, it's your word, cold conversation, identity voices, real solutions, don't miss it, every red Saturday.
Hey, Shelly, can you hear me? How you doing today? Can you hear me?
Your voice ain't come too clear, it's all bro.
How about that? To the left.
You got like an echo.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's all. So good. My team lost last night. Yeah, how about that?
Ain't some nice.
Hello? Second?
Still got like, you got a slight echo still.
Yeah, it's gonna go away. Just mute that channel. Yeah, my team lost. I was back in Norway versus England. Norway lost. So, Panthers gonna jump up in just a minute. Gilly is gonna join us as well. We have Paul right now in the house. So, Harold will not be on tonight with us. You good? Still are you weak?
I ain't like to hear your voice at all there and that thing. I don't know. Well, there are technical glitches really.
Let me back this off and come back to this one. Okay. How about that? Is that a little better?
Little better.
Okay. Yeah, Harold is got some other engagement, so he's not here. Gilly has Paul and then Aldo right now, so he's going to join us ready for Panthers to jump on us so we can talk about Congo. Yeah. So how you doing?
Very good.
Okay. Well, take it away.
Huh?
Take it away. We are live.
Yeah, but you don't have the guest there yet. I thought everything would have been set up.
Well, unfortunately, Paul is also in help. So get it. Say your calls as soon as it comes back on. And we just waiting for Panthers to join us. He's going to join us in a minute.
Run the logo.
In your face. In your face. What may not like you. In your face, in your face, in your face, in your in your face. Island vibes, we bring it true to light night. Turn up the sound, let the people unite. From the heart of PF, we speaking it clear. Real talk, real change in your face, we in your face. We say it bold, no delay. Troop and vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire in your face, right here. In your face, 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 in your face. We talking life, we talking change, we talk solutions. From the street to leaders, sparking revolution. No filter, no fear, just real conversation. Building up the proof, uplift the nation. Ideas flow like the ocean tide. Different land views, but we stand with pride. From young to old, everybody got a say. Tune in, lean in, hear what we can make. Say okay, in your face. We say it bold, no delay. Shooting vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire in your face, right there. In your face, 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 in your face. Yeah. It's in your face, feel the energy rise. Open up your mind, let's visualize. Better days coming, we paving the way. Join the movement every Saturday. It's in your face, yeah, we keep it true. From the heart of the island, straight to you. No hiding, no running from the issues we face. We confront it head on, right in your face. Solutions build when we risen as one. Unity strong like the morning sun. Yes, up, talk it out, walk it out, make a plan. Together we rise, that's the mission we stand. In your face, we say it bold, no delay. Truth and vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire on in your face, right there. In your face, 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 yeah. In your face, pick up the herb, it's your word, all conversation, identity voices, real solutions, don't miss it, every rise Saturday.
Yeah, for some reason, Panthers trying to join in, but his video and mic is not coming up. I'm looking at phone user. It says you need to connect with your phone with your. Okay, let's see. I got it. Panthers phone. You got to turn the video on and mic on. Panthers.
Yo, yo.
All right, there you go. I can hear you now. Not seeing you, but I can hear you. Panther, you there?
I ain't got the video.
Yeah. Using Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear you better, but not seeing you at all. Okay. Somebody do the Wi-Fi connection.
What his camera is not working?
It's something to do with his Wi-Fi connection where he's at. It's dropping for a week. There's still no camera.
Use Google instead. They say the browser blocking me from seeing. They're saying the browser is blocking me from seeing. You could hear me?
You heard what he said, right, Vanya?
Yeah, look into that. Let's see that.
Vanya, just run the logo until you get that here.
In your face. In your face. What may not like you. In your face, in your face, in your face, in your face. In your face. Island vibes, we bring it through to light night. Turn up the sound, let the people unite. From the heart of PF, we speaking it clear. Real talk, real change in your face, we in your face. We say it bold, no delay. Truth and vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire in your face, right here. In your face, 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 in your face. We talking life, we talking change, we talk solutions. From the street to leaders, sparking revolution. No filter, no fear, just real conversation. Building up the proof, uplift the nation. Ideas flow like the ocean tide. Different land views, but we stand with pride. From young to old, everybody got a say. Tune in, lean in, hear what we convey, say yeah.
Alright, now we got you, man.
Yeah, Harrigan, when you got a technical glitch like that, Hammer. I mean, Harrigan. Once you got a technical glitch like that, you you don't be walking through your technical glitch on the air where people can see you. You know, because that's not professional.
It's not on my end. It was something to do with connection.
Anyhow,
How's that come there?
let me let's kick out the program because the minutes are running. Harold should be joining us shortly, right?
I'm not sure how the minutes he has get with the girl and get it with the Paul and Macron. So he's going to join us in a minute. So Paul.
All right, let's go to what we got. A pleasant good evening to our viewers and listeners wherever you are at this time. Welcome to another presentation of the program we call In Your Face. Of course, I am yours truly, Melo Cello, the first, and it's good to be back after last week's absence. And of course, you know, last week's absence were all for awarded cause. You know, when I say awarded cause, well, I guess everyone knew what had transpired or what had occurred with me. So I took some time to, you know, get my wheels under me, get me my line of thinking to get straight, get all that straightened out. But anyhow, be as it may, you know, I am here. Let me say a pleasant good evening to the panelists. Good evening to you, Mr. Harrigan. How are you doing again?
I'm doing great. Nice to see you.
Good afternoon.
And
Yeah.
this evening, we are proud to have with us the legendary, the man himself, one of our musical icons, no other than the man, Lanval. Well, we know him as Panther, so you know, sometimes sometimes you don't want to give the whole government name, you know. But he's Lanval Hughes, affectionately known worldwide as Panther. Panther, good evening.
Yes,
Welcome to the
sir.
program.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Glad to be here. You guys hear me?
Glad to be here.
That's right. That's cool. Respect. Good
That is it.
afternoon.
That is it. We're hearing you
Yes,
loud
sir.
and we're hearing you clear. All right. I want to take this time right now to ask for a moment of silence because today we lay to rest one of Anguilla's giants in
Definitely.
the broadcasting fraternity. So let's take a moment of silence. All right. You know, as they say, such is life. But of course, we know of his exploits. We know what he meant to culture. And everyone knew he was a cultural icon. You know, we would have started radio together, ZJF, as you know it. And a group of us got together and worked all voluntary services, really. No one was getting a PD. But the passion that we had for radio, we were able to live out that. But then after that, you know, everyone went their separate ways after a number of years of building ZJF to what it had become. ZJF was a force to reckon with in the broadcasting fraternity, especially on the island of Anguilla. But Brother Lee, as we know him, Witty, Leroy Richardson, he was of great stature in terms of he did what he had to do from a professional perspective, a professional standpoint. He knew what he wanted to do, and he took culture. He took culture as his. And let me tell you, he became an icon in terms of the culture. That's one man I could say really preserved the culture as it is for what it is. He'll be missed, but his legacy and his works in the broadcasting field as for culture will definitely
Not hard. Not
continue,
hard.
you know. So with that said, heavy hearts, as we know, it's always hard when you have to say goodbye to someone of that stature or to someone on a whole whom you have grown to respect and love. Such as life, as we often see. To his family, his friends, we in the broadcasting fraternity, we've lost a good man, a hell of a man. But as they say, such is life. To his family, we extend our deepest condolences. May he rest in perpetual peace and rise in glory. We'll forever cherish his memories. We'll forever remember his legacy. We will always remember what he did for culture. That's why he was a cultural icon. It was most fitting today to see a number of the Calypsonians who he had written for. Some went on to capture the Calypso title, or the monarch. They were out in their numbers. And that spoke volumes of deep appreciation and affection for what he did. He'll be missed. Sad, but that's life. Kanye, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but, you know, I could say quite a bit. I've said most of it already on radio, but I could say quite a bit. But pass the mic to you. Kanye, I don't know if you're mute because we're not hearing you.
Sorry about that. Yeah, any cultural event, you could guarantee will be with a mic and a camera, just try to bring it live, you know. And I can remember the Festival del Mar started, but he showed up there voluntarily and put in his time from start to the end, many hours, just bringing it live. And the Righteous Fest, I mean, every festival that you think of, whether you do it like, you know, put it in your face, and, you know, just about promoting culture as a whole. And the guy was just a guy who cared about Angola and making sure that our culture is not left behind, documented it, and keep it going. You know, our kid, you know, most of the time I thought that she would call me, the wingman, and we would, you know, talk about, you know, things happening in Angola, you know, cultural stuff, and, you know, what we need to do, just about generally, you know. So, but he's a man that carries grace. He's one of our heroes that we lost. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, thank you there, Daniel, for your brief words, your comments. Let me ask my guests, in the person of Panther, as we know him. Panther, give us your view of Brother Lee.
My memories of Brother Lee was very in my tender young age, you know, like probably when I was in my 14, 15, 16, probably when I was around there, knowing him playing down at the Rivera. Remember Rivera? At Sanagram.
Yeah.
Used to play over there with Kid in the
Ultralight.
band and Ultralights and stuff like that. And them times I used to be sneaking out my mother and them house to go, you know, to see those guys perform and stuff like that, you know. And that was my, you know, my experiences of knowing Witty, and, you know, and always knowing him on a radio station and stuff with a cultural program and stuff like that. And you know, every time when I used to pass him and stuff like that, he always wanted to do one interview and thing with me and stuff like that. Like when he used to do he culturally or show and stuff like that. But we never got a chance to get around to do it, you know. But may his soul rest in peace, you know. He was a great man to the island still, differently. You know, we wait to hear him every Saturday for the cultural shows and stuff like that, you know. And my biggest memory of him is really with the Ultra Nights and stuff like that, coming up in my early years of music and stuff like that still. But well, before I even wasn't a part of music, you know. Yeah, basically.
Remember Panther too? He played with a band called Mega Force. You remember that?
Yeah, well, you see, they used to more or less perform on stage shows and stuff like that, like for the little 1 or 2 panoramas we used to have back in the days then. But the Megaforce never really stick on me because, most of the times we know bands for like, going around and playing to clubs or playing on the beach and stuff, how we have things around here. But mostly Megaforce was mostly like one of us a stage band basically, and it wasn't around for too long. So at that part there, when Megaforce really didn't resonate with me, it was only like when you pass on it on Facebook and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Sure.
But it'll be
Yeah,
hard to remember. It'll be hard to really remember a band if like they produce a song and the song don't really catch you on that like you have that kind of memory of that time, you know?
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so let's jump off. Yeah, you're right, man.
I'm gonna say like about
He just jumped from that. That band usually just play for like events at the town village, birthday parties, small events. But that's just the
I
membership.
ain't nothing but it look like everything fall off.
No, you can hear me?
I ain't hearing you at all.
Really? How about that? How about
And say Logan.
yes, hello,
all right. Sorry about
Okay.
that, dear. I don't know what happened, but tonight we seems to be having a bit of technical glitches here and there. Not smooth, but I think I'm back, right?
Yeah. You can't hear me.
It's more than you are.
First of all, let me say, Panther, thank you so much for accepting the invitation to grace the program this evening with your presence. We deeply appreciate that. We know that Carnival, Summer Festival, as they call it, is fast approaching. And I know that you are going to be as busy as can be, quite a busybody,
Already
especially around this time of year.
already be,
Right.
already busy.
For the benefit of the viewing public who might not be too familiar with Panther, tell us your story. Tell us how you began, because I think that you've been in this field now for 30 odd years plus. Give us a walk us through. Tell us your story.
Actually, I started from a very tender age, you could say from 14, 16, somewhere around there, from really started from out of school with a few fellas like Dexter Mussington and RJ and Justin. We guys used to really, collab in the school and stuff like that. And it was one day we was coming home from school on the bus, and me and Dexter Mussington, we kind of got in this kind of heated argument. And we had like, just a little verbally like, expression or whatever towards each other and stuff like that. But it was very heated. But we left off the bus, we came off the same area, and he went his way, I went my way. But time I got home, or before I even got home, I heard this music and stuff coming from, from a certain area just close to my home. So it was sounding nice and stuff like that. And so it was, it caught me. So I walked down through this bush track and stuff like that, And when I came out through the bush track, it was the same person I had an argument with. So I say, well, today we gonna have to just come back friends again because we coming together from today. Yeah, so I went there and booze around a little bit with it, just listening to him and thing a little bit. We didn't say nothing. So the question I come up with like, You know, if you're familiar with the St. Thomas music and stuff like that. But at that time, he used to play in the church, so he really couldn't really, you know, jump over the box as
Wow.
such. So, differently, I used to have a lot of St. Thomas music and stuff because most of my uncles and them used to really walk over in St. Thomas. So when they come up from St. Thomas, they used to bring back over the music and stuff. And I used to have the tapes and the cassettes and stuff like that. And I would run down by Dexter, and he was just starting to get into heating with certain machines and stuff like that. And I just keep building from there, you know. I just keep building to adapt to the new songs that have been coming up with the technology that we have now, you know. And we just keep growing from there. And we just,
With
you know,
fast.
I became with Tons, and then after the passing of he, you know, I was kind of a little wet now. My feet and thing was kind of wet into the music and stuff. So we move on from band. You know, that was a great band, good vibes, everything at the time. And then, you know, move on from there and went over to Jam Band. Very awesome, great experience, most greatest experience I ever had in music and everything. And that's where I realized, I could really go on my own. But then, we had a situation over with the US, whatever, and stuff like that. And I bring it back home in all short story. But
Um,
it could be longer
and
still.
if I might just interject here, really, 34 years. Yes, we know you've been in and out. You said, listening to what you said here just now, seemed as if you would have started with the Musson Brothers.
Yeah.
But then after the
Basically.
Musson Brothers, you would have moved to Better Band. You forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I said that.
So there was, so then there was Better Band, and
Yeah,
then
And
after
then
Better
Panther
Band
Midas. Yeah.
becomes the Jam Band, right?
right. And then
Panther,
Panther.
Panther used to close for the Muslim Brothers. Like when they come into the end of the show, they would bring out feature Panther. That's when he really started. And that's where you really catch out and really lead from there. And you branch
Well,
out from there.
differently.
You know?
Well, that was one of that was one of the cases, of course, too.
Yeah.
But back then, the bands used to be much bigger. So
Yeah.
you had
Got Dice and Johnny and all those
right,
guys.
right. So
Yeah.
you as a child, as a young
Young, yeah,
man
you were young.
coming
You were
up,
young. You come there and listen to
you
Panther
you
and
want
stuff.
you want to join a band. You ain't gonna get in a band like that. You have to wrap up speakers.
But
You
well,
have to.
you were bringing this stuff to the younger crowd after that end of the wild crowd. It was just like a
I
show
coming in
after
at
the
the end,
show.
but
Yeah.
basically coming in on the end miss ain't necessarily mean that they was giving me that chance,
No, but you were
Basically,
bringing in the new stuff to the end,
point
bringing the younger
I
people.
was just
Right.
basically waiting till them finish doing whatever
The
them gotta
older
do,
people, right? And then you come in with the new
and
stuff, with
then
the jam, the white out, the color white out.
I just get a little bit on or whatever it was. You know what I mean? So I just get a little
I
half an
remember
hour, 20
that.
minutes or whatever it
The
was.
white out
You
time. The
know,
white out
so
time.
but then it looked like a while look, but you see, they had the people anticipation building up so
Yeah.
long
Yeah. You're waiting for that.
because some people that really come out to
Waiting.
hear Panther, you know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
will just sit around and maybe,
Waiting
and then
for it. Waiting for it.
back them times when you playing a song, you're playing the whole three verses.
Yeah.
No, we only playing verse and chorus. That is it.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes you even don't get a verse. You just get chorus sometimes.
Panther,
This is what
in today's music, because you've been through a lot of rivalries too. A lot of rivalries with a lot of bands. To date, there's PVI and Exodus. Before that, it was Jam Band, Better Band, and I believe Nod Sound.
AXA, one of them.
Yeah,
AXA.
yes, it used to be one of those. But Of which of the rivalries no, because you know, which of them you enjoy the best so far?
Man, none. Tell the truth.
Why you
Honestly
say that?
speaking, no, because I don't come for rivalry. I come to bring joy. I come to make people dance and fun. I ain't come for the rivalry. You can't bring rivalry with music. I hear
Um,
that. I hear that
I I
aspect
I,
about. I hear that
I
aspect about
disagree. I
it, and
tend to
I hear
disagree there with you really because
It's a friendly
that
rivalry, bro.
element, that element, that element of competition and rivalry. Not that a rivalry it's the fans really who blows the rivalry out of proportions because you guys as musicians would have that mutual respect from
yeah, but
one to another.
all I'm saying, really and truly that I love the music aspect of being a part of the music and thing like. But when I bring it down to rivalry, where I have to rival with somebody, I don't like that part. I don't like when to come to that, cause my whole life I feel like that's how they been looking at me as somebody just rivaling in music and not somebody who could just come out and make people dance and have a good time. I hate that part. That has just eat me out. That has
Well,
just eat my life out.
you can't.
I
Sorry to,
understand I understand how the fans wanted to look at it, but then I hate being looked at that way personally.
Right.
You understand me? I want to be looked at like somebody like Darwin then. Okay? Let me put it in a nice way then. Right? We're going out to
No,
hear some good music, basically. I could make the walker part and all
but
that part is one part of it, but
Panthers in some phases there's a rivalry, but you have set a stage where your music will speak for itself. The liquor, I hear liquor in Miami all the time. You know what I mean? I hear these song, your songs played on a regular here. So you have set your music, some of your songs just is not a rivalry song, but it's a song that says a statement that
right, but
people
that's
reflect
why I
to.
tried.
People reflect to.
That's why I try to do the
Yeah.
music from cutting on people. I just try to do the
Something
clean
different.
version,
Something
right?
different.
Clean versions of music, and if they're gonna be
Right.
something, what I mean. If they're gonna be a gimmick like the song we have now, I love my wife and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I that's the kind of music I would really. I mean, I'm heading and trying to bring across where we could find humor and find joy and stuff like that in the music. No,
Right.
and start instead of what some of your fans would like. They would want you to be really bringing the type of music where you're fighting against somebody, where you're bringing down somebody, where you're telling
Yeah.
somebody that
Right. Negative
I
stuff.
don't like that way. I don't
Yeah, I
like
hear
that
you.
way at
well,
all.
okay, no, no, you have made it clear there now as to because the rivalry part of it, when you use the term rivalry, there's something called friendly rivalry. But as you just alluded to the fact where you mentioned that sometimes a singer try to degrade one in a song,
Yeah.
some people do that. I don't know for what reason or the other, but over the years, you have maintained about promoting the culture. You understand? You have been one of the guys who have been year in, year out promoting the culture. So let me ask you now, with that said, because you've been involved in, you started your career humbly with the Mussingtons, you blossomed into the Better Band, then you went on to St. Thomas. Tell us, tell me and the listening audience a little bit about your experience in St. Thomas. What was that like?
I think a call came in and knocked him off. He's not.
So he apparently had a little glitch again there.
He probably had a phone call.
I didn't get that.
He probably had a phone call and took his phone off.
Oh, okay. All right. In the meantime, while he does that, Vanya, last night we would have seen at the Lansing Bowl Cultural Center, they would have had something where the bands got a chance to showcase themselves. Something called Village Rammer or something of that nature. I don't know if I even got it right because I'm really out of tune with the summer festival this year. I don't know for what reason, but tomorrow we will have the Tiny Tot pageant, and I would like to congratulate Patra and her team. Over the years, she have done a fantastic job, she and her team, and Royal Princesses of Anguilla, and that promises to be a Rainbow City Princesses of Rainbow City. So that promises to be a real extravaganza because, you know, the youths can captivate and mesmerize you at the same time. So I want to say big up there to Patra and allow the ladies to know, ladies and gentlemen to know that that show takes place at Lansing Bowl Cultural Center tomorrow at 6 p.m. I would have had the pleasure of sitting with the 5 contestants and chit-chatting with them. And I must say that they are ready. They are more than ready to put on a brilliant, a beautiful performance tomorrow evening at Lansing Bowl Cultural Center. And, you know, I'm urging everyone to come out in their numbers. But other than that, I can't fill you in, Vanya, as to where we're going as far as the summer festival.
Well, when is the finals? I thought it was when is that changed to? Because I know it was tonight and they had changed.
I hate to say that the summer festival starts in about a week's time, I heard. And, you know, when you talk to people on the street, people are asking each other the same question. What's happening? Are we having carnival? What do you think, Mr. Harrigan, if you were to put your finger on the problem or the pulse on the problem, where do you think we have gone wrong? Because we are seeing a regression from the 50.
I don't know why. Sorry about that. Somebody called me on the phone, just everything cut off.
I don't know. I think so. The committee is not functioning as a body itself. There's not enough communication amongst each other. There's not enough promotion. There's not enough information that's distributed to the people, the public out there. That's bad because they just recently, just a couple of days ago, they put out the procurement for security. Carnival in 2 weeks from now. How could you, at this time, within 2 weeks of Carnival, put up procurement for security, which is a key function of keeping up, for Carnival itself. They make a lot of strange changes. First of all, they changed the band clash to a different night to entertain international night. And we fought against that because, that was unfair to our culture. And then now they did the same thing with the Calypso show. They put it on a Thousand Nights. It's a big show and meets me at that night. And, that they was going to put the semifinals tonight, which is the eve which is the night of, the Federal League. And it was not the right time. So I don't know. To me, the committee is not functioning the way they should. They're not, thinking things out properly. And I don't know, information is not coming out to the public. We're not hearing anything much as we should. Not enough promotion. You know.
You, when you're being a farmer chairperson of the summer festival, we know that some of the areas in terms of getting the spirit or the feeling or the vibe of carnival, you know, you have to market your product. You have to market it right. I don't know if money is a problem. Do you think that, because I've seen where a number of shows either have been canned or, you know, something or the other. I don't know what's wrong, but ever since 51, we seem to be regressing. You know, we're not getting that feeling. I hear you sometimes interject words like politics. I don't feel, and you know, I would say this. I don't feel so, because sometimes when you say that, I tend to disagree with you when you say that politics involved. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong, but I don't think that.
How much time have you come to you know as a counter man, understand the game, but
No.
that
I
has
don't.
nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but I don't look at that. No. Give me a chance, sir. I don't look at that as playing the political card, because nowadays in Anguilla, everything is politicized. So I have to say that it is. Everything is politicized. But whatever it is, it just everybody on the street saying the same, well, singing the same song, singing the same chorus. You go east, you go west, you go north, you go south. People asking, we having carnival? What's going on? So I know that sometimes you just get irate, and you being a farmer chairperson, sometimes I really hear you saying politics seems to be playing its ugly head and involved in everything. Well, the farmer government would have been in during the 50 APM, and I think that the entire island at that time had put aside political differences, and the whole island was geared up. I don't know if it was because it was a milestone, 50, but all hands was on deck. Everybody was looking forward to the summer festival. And like, I have to say it as it is. And maybe you might disagree with me on this, but I think that Sexy Rasta, as they call him, Ivan, Sexy Rasta, as you call him, he did a fantastic job. Honestly, as a chairperson, he went above and beyond to make the 50 what it was. Everyone was enthused. Everyone knew what was happening in terms of marketing. He did a fabulous job. We knew what was happening, you know? But today and the 51st, I think we started going downhill from then. No, this is the 52nd, but we look back at the 51st, because the 51st at that time was worse, you know. The 50 was grand.
I get that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No, I'm giving a speed. I'm saying it like this.
So I understand what you're saying, right? But the thing is that
I ain't finished, you know, Vanya. Let me finish my point. Please. Let me finish my point. You will have your say after. I'm saying all of this because every day I come in contact with numerous of people. And people just ain't feeling it. It just ain't there. You know? So that's why I was trying to tap into your cranium as a farmer, chairperson. Where do you think we gone wrong? What's happening? Because ever since the 50, we seem to be regressing. You know, I mean, it's just regression street from here. So that's why sometimes when I hear you say you play the political card, I sometimes tend to disagree with you because carnival is what you make of it. You know what it will take to get people enthused, to get people hyped, to get people motivated, to get people involved in carnival.
But I have to
We're
ask you a
not, we're not,
question.
I know that you said something, you alluded to the fact, well, you always single me out as the backbone in terms of the springboard to the summer festival. Well, I've done that for years. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, because I take pride in doing the summer festival, getting the people motivated, getting the people hyped, and all that. I never used to have to reach out to the carnival committee. They reached out to me because the idea was to get information, to disseminate information to the public far and near, especially people who living in the diaspora who will be coming back home for the summer festival, you know. And to be honest with you, from since the 51st, from then, I haven't really played the integral role that I normally play. Information has been scarce.
You wonder why? I wonder why.
Information has been scarce coming to me. I am not going to reach out and, call nobody and say, what happened? You ain't come with me today? No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to do that. I've never done that for many years. Why would I take the time to do that? No, I'm never going to do that. So I am saying here that something must be wrong. What is it, Vanya?
Well, the reason why I'm going to continue to say political motivated because obviously we are on another station and not your station. Obviously, they feel that you haven't supported the winning government that's presently in power, and they're on another station, but it's a different hype. The hype of another station is not like the way you do it. When you play that steam pan and you start to get deep into it and you actually put any questions, I mean, you really feel the spirit of carnival coming out. You get the hype going, but they refuse to come to you. But you go to the other station, one station, once or twice. But we lack it, that's the problem, we're lacking more talking. We have to this day world feel like carnival every year so people know what program they should have to talk about. But that's nonsense. Because there's people that listen, people that want to know, people that outside of Angola wants to hear what's going on. And I was at a relationship today talking about Angola for a festival, trying to promote a little bit. But I don't know much information what to talk about. And to me, all I've been seeing is mostly I haven't had much of the local shows, Band television shows, street shows, I don't have much of those. But I hear about the disaster shows. You're hearing more about who's coming. You know what I mean? We are not promoting, we're not really making a hype of our own culture to make sure our shows are successful. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. 2011, I had the beach party with one foreign artist and all local artists. I mean, it was just as big as all the other artists. Because I think that we need to more enhance our local, because carnival is about us. Our culture should be on the front stage. We should be showing the world, because all the cameras from all over the world is like, we want to show what we got, not what Trinidad got, not what Jamaica got. And that's a problem. That's why we keep on making our mistakes and promoting other countries. You got to factor. I don't want to fight to change the Banana song from a Trinidad song to a local song. Because I'm not promoting no Trinidad song, no Trinidad music. I'm promoting Angola. and we did Dexter song. Actually, the band, most of the band upset about it. But since then, it stands still. Because we have to stand for home. And we haven't been doing that. You know? We got Gilly.
All right.
Welcome on, Gilly.
All right, we hear you, Vanya, and I want to take some time to welcome Mighty Gilly to the show. Good evening to you, Gilly. How are you doing?
Good evening. Good evening. I want to apologize for my late entrance, but I just came back.
No, but you don't have to apologize for that. As a matter of fact, we understand in the circumstances. Nevertheless, you are here. You showed up, and
Right.
that is what we appreciate. We're looking at Carnival in general, rather not we are regressing. What are some of the reasons why Carnival seems to be under decline? We also have with us Mr. Panther, as we know him, who is a cultural icon. He's also on the program. So we want to say thanks to all of you for giving of your time to be here this evening as we talk mostly about the culture and the upcoming summer festival. Where are we going wrong? What is happening? Vanya, you give quite a bit there of your account from being a former chairperson. As we try to figure out that, it seems as if based on what you are saying more focus is given to the international shows.
Right.
You could be onto something there, especially with the Calypso competition. Was moved without any reasoning, without any consultation, without any discussion. Was shipped to another day, which up to this day some of the Calypsonians are aggrieved by that. So that is one thing. We know too where they went to try to change Band Clash, and well, I made quite a bit of noise about that, and it seems as if sometimes I am forced to step in. And I did make some noise, and we saw some changes. But our summer festival, we are seeing sometimes lack of participation. I think that convenience is taking place over conscience, because we need to really come together, and if we want, look, when we didn't have plenty, our carnival used to be good. Now we got plenty, our carnival seems to be just regressing, All right.
Well,
I will continue.
I don't know.
I will
don't know if you
continue
want me to
with
add
my
anything
points in just a
to
while.
that.
Panther, you want to jump in?
Well, my little 2 cents over doing Carnival all the years and how I see it going and everything with every chairman and everything that come in and everything. One big problem would be that we never had a chairman that really came in and really we never had no kind of chairman or nothing that ever come in and focus on the people itself. I mean, the local actors, the local people, the local bands, and nothing like that. The focus, as they say, was always on somebody to come from outside to do it first. So that's where we're going around. Because we never had the carnival. We have a carnival now. We just try to market our carnival to other people, yes. But then at the end of the day, the carnival is still for us. But what does it do for the bands? or even the
That's a good point
or
you made
even
there.
the queens or whatever.
Uh-huh.
What does they do for us? What the focus don't be on us. So that's where we going wrong. Big
I
August
would
Monday,
agree.
Big August Monday. I think Big August Monday, even though I mean I could understand too that we might be able to pull the numbers as well. You know, that plays a factor too on the bands and maybe some of the local acts and what's not. But at the end of the day, regardless of what, from you take away from your own people to make it to something else, that's where we're gonna lose. That's where we're gonna be losing points in marketing and everything else because the focus is not on your own.
And a point out of there, Panther. Do you believe that people come to August Monday because you have other artists coming in? Is that the main reason why people
But that's
come
my whole
for
reason.
August Monday?
Never.
I
No,
believe
No,
I
sir.
believe that whether you got people coming or not, August Monday speak for itself. I believe so.
August Monday, that Juve man and already has been marketed from years ago. I mean, the little shows and thing that now goes on standing along is just an enhancement. But the August Monday was really never about the shows and thing. And the August Monday was always about a boat race.
Right,
You
right.
understand me? So we wasn't even worrying about a big stage show. I mean, it's just a something that I mean that enhance our August Monday. But the August Monday wasn't no focus on no big stage show and who come in here and what's not like that.
I
All
believe
You
right.
that
understand? It
I
wasn't
All right. Let
believe
nothing
me.
that
bigger than it wasn't nothing. It ain't nothing bigger than an August Monday boat race. Champ of
yeah.
Champs wasn't even bigger than an August Monday boat race, partner.
I
You
think that
understand?
I think that we kind of move away from the culture a little bit and what it's supposed to be and bring it too
Oh
much
yeah.
into a business
I
and
like
a
August. I
certain
like August.
percentage.
I like August. I like August Thursday. Sorry to cut you off.
you just local.
I like August Thursday. We should have keep August Thursday the same way it is. We shouldn't be carrying no show over there. Whatever show you keeping on August Thursday was supposed to be within the time that the boat's going out and coming back. And when the boats them come back by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, everything break down August Thursday, and we go to the village for the Queen show.
Right.
That's the way
And
we
then
used to be.
we got a next
You
problem here
understand
as a
me?
Calypsonian Panther. We got a next problem here as a Calypsonian. You know, you could hardly get your crowd to go and drink or to even next stage as a now you can walk through the village and because I believe that people in this country and they got other private things and other people that benefiting in some way or the other that moving around these shows all kind of how and you know so nobody come in the village for Calypso show. Telling you straight up.
Well, I think I might have a
So
big
nobody.
problem this year.
No, they have a big problem. And that's unfortunate. That's
No, but I
unfortunate.
mean, August Thursday, I mean, one of the people them who really into Calypso gonna
Gonna
really reach the
go.
Calypso on
And
August
that's
on August
unfortunate.
Thursday. You understand me? Nobody's gonna leave from down West End to come. I mean, no young person who really just wanna come out gonna leave from West End to come
To go
in
to
the village
Canada.
for a Calypso show.
Remember them done mash up? Them done mash up from eyes wide shut down to Thursday morning. Then Thursday
You understand
afternoon
me?
leads bay to Thursday
Where
night.
you going?
Nobody ain't going to
Where
the
you
village.
going? Nobody going in that village Thursday night.
No, but it's sad, right? That they would
All
do
right.
something like that. They would
And
do something like that.
another thing is, look at the numbers, right? That these people spend to bring these artists and things here,
Yeah.
and
They won't
don't
pay you
even
that.
want to give me $2.
Yeah.
Some of these
Yeah,
artists
yeah.
them here coming making some of these artists coming here making the type of money that we have to be wrong here picking up to for we to be on a road, you know. For we to
No
be on a
respect for your
QV
own,
or
man.
parade, you know. You understand me? And if you when you're
No,
giving these people your price, when you giving these people your price, when you tell them $3,000, that's too much. And when you're giving people $20,000
US.
Pay it in full. Pay it in
US,
full.
paid in
Pay it
full
in full. Money
before
since
you
paid.
before you before you even reach before you even reach
And accommodation.
accommodation, food, everything, and you can get we can our performance money going into the carnival bills.
Yeah.
You understand me? I really don't know what it is now anymore really, but you know, because
But
really
I
and
don't,
truly,
but I don't,
for me now to even bring out the album, I even ain't getting help, not even from my mother.
it's true.
Which is
It's
a
a
lie, because
lie.
my mother would never let me down for sure, definitely. But that's just, you know, figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
all right. May I just interject here? I listened to Panther and I listened to my good friend Gilly. Yes, it's about our culture being on display. That's when we showcase our culture to the world. You understand? To
Yep.
the world. And we must be cognizant of that. Our summer festival is about our culture. Okay? Now, the Sandgrong Beach Party, that has become the mecca of our summer festival. I mean, no place in the world ever have a Juve morning that goes straight into from Juve morning straight into a party. You understand? Now, I know that the local artist is not really getting a fair shake in all of this, really, because you hear Panther said not even $2 he does get. You know, and I can understand because there was
You
a
got beg for
particular
it. You're begging
there was
for it. You will get your money,
there was
but you're
a
begging for it.
there was a particular band member who came to me and he said, for years now he trying to get a piece of the beach party he wanted to dig in. But he said it looked like there's a criteria. So he been asking, what is the criteria that for he to get in? You know?
Not like
But
it.
there's a lot of areas that we see is destroying our summer festival. Now look at it. Gilly don't sing no more. Yeah, Gilly would always want to be performing, doing it, and stuff like that. But he don't perform no more because what? The things that is happening. That whole
You
that whole thing
you
where,
wouldn't like me to tell you.
but that's what I want you to do.
That's how you
I'm I'm
do
I'm 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 I'm, I'm choking you. I'm probing you here now because I want you to speak to it. I want you to speak to that change in terms of the date for the Calypso show as per se from the Wednesday to the Thursday without
But
any
it
discussion with
it
Calypsonians, without
it
any
but
discussion.
it went from Wednesday to Tuesday already. So it's like they're trying to find a place in a week to put it.
Yeah. They don't
But
do
you
it.
you you
You
you you
understand me?
say that Calypso you say that Calypso over the years has fallen off in terms of numbers, in terms of attendance to the show. The show
Yeah.
is not what it used to be previously, right? But if you're trying to re-engineer the show, if you're trying to get the show back to bringing people to, you know, and you're doing these kind of things, you're just dictating how things gonna be done.
I don't think them cable. I don't think them cable.
You ain't
cancel,
listening.
brother.
You ain't listening to the Calypsonians are the ones who farm the show, you know. Without the Calypsonians, they ain't have no show. So it seems as if they're saying to you guys, we don't care whether I have it or not. This is it, you know, which is sad.
But I
All right,
think-
give us your story, Gilly, that you said you wouldn't want us to hear, but we want to hear. Please, you pique our curiosity. Tell us, talk to me.
I gotta tell you a few key pieces, right? And but I ain't gonna keep up everybody with all of them because I could go till tomorrow. But anyhow, for instance, right? Let me show you something. The last time I compete in a competition, I was eliminated in semifinals. And no problem. I got eliminated, I'm out. So when I went to collect my clothes from backstage, my famous blue suit, and they gave me my score sheets wrapped up with a rubber band. And these were the words. Hard luck, Gilly. You got eliminated by 1 point. I said, no problem. I went home. And just as I walk in the house, I dropped the score sheets, everything in the garbage bin in the kitchen. So I went to sleep. I have no bed when I went home. I just take out my clothes and went to sleep. So the next morning, I was leaving the house. I took up the garbage to throw it out. And when I throw it out on the street in the main garbage bin, I drive about 10 minutes. And something keep telling me, Gilly, check them sheets. Check those sheets. I went back to the garbage and see me down the garbage like a cat looking for a bone or something. I take out the sheets, and I look at it. The total telling me 365 points. That's so easy to remember because 365 days per year.
Yeah.
When I add up the points now, each criteria, and I add up my total, I get 375. So I was like, I don't understand. If I got eliminated by 1 point, I still got 9 points more. So I check it again. And I still get a 375. I went by 2 other people to count it for me in case I counted wrong. And we got the 375. So I call the committee and tell them that for curiosity's sake, I need somebody to check this score for me to be sure as to what really going on. So they tell me bring them by the office 4 o'clock. I took them by the office 4 o'clock, and there were 3 people there that are responsible for that. Now, when each one of those 3 people checked the scores, they got the 375 just like I got. But then they say, we don't add it so.
What?
So I want to know, for all the years I went to school, how much different ways they got to add. I got 1 + 1 = 2. So you're telling me that you don't add it so, but still, when I say, okay, I'll make an appointment and go on the radio tomorrow and discuss this with the public. Before I reach home, I got a call, ask me if I got a second song ready. You understand? I stay here, I always got songs ready, but I'm not going to sing in the finals. Nobody will go thinking that I beg to sing in the finals. And believe it or not, I got paid as a finalist.
Wow.
So that's telling you, right, that
Something
I
it is
guess you
not
keep your
easy.
mouth shut.
Right, right. But little do they know, my mouth heart is stay shut. These
Boy,
these are some things, right, that has go on. And that's why, and I see, listen to some Calypsonians every year say them done with it, them done with it, them done with it. And still coming back. So that's easy for the people in charge to say it. They want to talk, blow off his steam now, and they'll come back next year. So that will never get fixed. But I will fix me. I'll fix me. Another thing is this. When I sing what the masses want, a man met me on the road and he commended this song. He said, brilliant song, powerful, well put together. But if he were to change one thing in that song, he would change it, it would be better. I said, what would you change? I figure I got a positive that can help me with the song.
yeah.
He said, I'm afraid I cannot tell you because chances are I may be called upon to judge. I say, well, you should not tell me nothing. But Jesus Christ. Next on stage, the mighty Gilly, song entitled What the Masses Want. I was on stage. Who in front of me judge him?
You finished.
So where am I going? Where am I going?
You finished.
And when I get my score sheet that night, when I got my score sheet that night, let me tell you something. It was a disgrace.
Boy.
It was a disgrace. So when people work so hard to help put a show together, and you can actually just do them that because you want, it's a shame. It's a shame. And you got people judging Calypso. You got people judging music that can't even play radio.
Gilly.
You have people judging other people, qualified
You
people.
gotta have a dog heart.
Those people can't even play radio.
Gilly.
Yeah,
Gilly.
yeah.
You gotta have a dog heart. You gotta have a dog heart, boy.
Ah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta have a dog heart. I've been in the arena. I've been in the carnival, the culture business long before you.
Yeah.
And you come and I still there. I ain't run yet.
I know.
And if I gotta give you stories, God, man, look, we just gotta come together and make it great because they're gonna always have people out there trying to bring you down, brother. You understand? And if you love the art form, you just gotta stick to it, no matter what. Don't matter what I'm doing, don't matter what you go through. You just keep a smile on your face.
That's good. That's good encouragement. But it's not as easy as.
Listen, I don't take it with a smile. Listen, I don't have to raise over 20,000 to be on that road for Juve and Parade. You hear me? I have to raise 20,000 to be on that road for Juve and Parade. $20,000 US. You understand me?
That's a lot of money.
The sponsors that I have, I don't get half of that money. I don't get half. And I have to go back to them to help me for more. If I don't perform and them kind of thing, my performance fees goes into bills. That's what I'm trying to tell you. None of my sponsors who come and never say them fully sponsor my truck. No, none of them. As much as you see all them Profilia and everything on top of the truck, they could never say that them sponsor that truck. All them whole self. I still gotta find money for other things. You understand me? And then at the end of the day, you go by a judging point team, you got no judges. If that
So I thought that thing was bad with me then.
this what I tell you.
That's
This what I tell you.
the fire goes out.
Keep it quiet. Don't keep it quiet. Don't, everybody be into things and everything. Look at people like Lad. Look at people like Lad, anything in spoil and all them people who dead and gone and never get a crumb. You know what I mean? These people being, them had songs to get these things.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So we just have to just suck it up and move on, brother, because the vultures and everybody out there, when you trying to get up, somebody trying to pull you down, always we just
Yeah.
a crab barrel mentality society we live in here in Angola. Sad to say, I'm sorry to say, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
That's true. But
You
then
understand?
the next thing, the next thing is that
we just, when anybody who involved in anything in Angola, there is always a concern more for themselves than for the people, and they want you to
exactly.
be more concerned for the people. You understand me? It's
Yeah.
always a funny thing here in Angola. Angola is someplace you don't complain, brother. Cause when you
A
complain,
dream
they're gonna come
place.
down hard on you. They're gonna come down hard on you.
Well, but
You
Julian, I ain't complaining, I just stating some facts that happen.
Just know who is who in Angola. Just know who is who in Angola. That's
Yeah.
all you gotta do. Cause all of us is family. It is your family who will kill you. You hear me? I know I don't like to hear something like that because Angola people is one thing again about Angola people. We don't like to hear the truth. We don't like to face reality or what it's supposed to be. And that's where we're going wrong in a lot of aspects, brother. You understand me?
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
We are in Angola's a place is who you know and who you for and who you be, and if you are Harrigan or you're Lake or you're Banks or you're
Right.
All right.
So
next year tune for me is I ain't no Lake, I ain't no Banks, I ain't no Fleming, and I ain't no Smith. I come with nothing, I gonna leave with nothing. That's what it is.
I hear.
All right. I was giving our guests a chance to, engage in conversation. I was enjoying that discourse there a bit. Might sound a little bit humorous here and there, but most of it is facts. Because Gilly is a person, whether you like him or not, he say it as it is. And I know there's much more. So what are some of the steps needed to be done, Gilly, to turn Calypso around?
Well, number one, the Calypsonians need to be together. Let me show you something here, right? A full belly don't know the need of an empty one. And if you got some Calypsonians that know or that believe that their name a call in the first 3 or 4, anyhow, they don't care about me and Los or whoever might come last down the order. I'll say this for this reason. Every year that you have Calypso, right? And they would call Calypsonians together for a meeting like sometime in February, March the latest.
Mm-hmm.
They would come out and say they want Calypsonians releasing by a certain date, blah, 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 because they want to have quarterfinals, they want to have semifinals, and then finals. They would give you all the demands, all the what they want to put to you. When our turn come now to know what we singing for, what are the prizes, and what we singing for, and what's for us, and stuff like that. And then they tell us whatever it is. Now, they got particular Calypsonians will fight for the top prizes and don't care about the bottom prizes. and that's not being together, because if I have a feeling in my heart, I know I want, or the chosen ones that don't care what I do. I come in first, second, third, and you may throw in the bar in the fourth place, now and then random to make it look like you're changing up things, like you're judging fair and like you're some of that. Backstage, Scott, listen to me. I singing against 10, 12 Calypsonians. Then I singing against 5 judges. Then I singing against backstage too, you know. Look, I can come, I can get a little piece of that. And Panther, I ain't complaining. I just stating
Yeah.
facts, truth.
No,
that
I understand.
people would listen. People would listen and stop playing on people's head. Stop doing this nastiness in competition to our culture. Let's keep it clean and fair. All right? Listen to me. Listen to this. I sang more than one occasion. Got my score sheets. Now I know our judges so professional that our judges ain't gonna score a Calypsonian from out in the score booth and then go backstage afterwards because the next singer come out a little better and change the scores that person sing before. So that had to be done backstage. Don't tell me that 5 and I can get 1 score sheet signed. Don't tell me 5 judges judge me in pencil and I get my score sheets in ink. Don't tell me that a judge score me 36 out of 40 and the cross out and gone 32. When you do these things to people, whether you make a mistake and you want to correct it, when you do these things to people, you bring questions in them head. It's a sign of dishonesty.
Highs and lows.
Yeah. And
I want to be. I hate being judged.
Listen, I am saying things that happened to me. I am not saying that happened to somebody else and them tell me so. These are things that I check for myself because when I get my sheets, I check in to see where I was the weakest so I can improve on my game. So when I see all kind of things cross out and change, who crossed them out and change them? So I would be an idiot to be on a stage competing, knowing that all these things going on. You would never see me there competing again.
So
Or maybe I might be doing something else, but not competing.
would you be a judge?
No, sir.
It's not an easy job.
Watch it. A couple years ago, I sang a song, I released a song called My Government.
Yeah.
You want me to show you how personal and political that get?
Yeah.
They jump on my back, they jump up all over on me, they nearly kill me. Because I sing that song. Remarks was made from Calypsonians, you know, that we are the mouthpiece of the nation. And here am I bringing up a government. You understand? So tell me, who decides what you should sing? And even if you don't agree with the song I sing because you're against the government and you want to kill the government, it's Calypso. What about the percentage of those that don't feel the same way that you feel? So if 80% feel like the government bad or whatever, what happened to the 20%? It still got people on the other side of the road. So if I sing a Calypso, nobody should jump up on me for that. I sing my Calypso, you sing yours. So that's why I tell you, Calypsonians in together. The only Calypsonian that I heard made a remark back in me with that was Drake at that time. Because Drake did say that, you know, it shouldn't be so because it got people on both sides of the bandwagon. And if I sing a song, I sing a song. So that's a show that even in the culture, it gone political as well. So where we heading with this kind of mentality? Where we heading with this? So you got songwriters that if a songwriter for this government, then write songs against the other one. And then for the other government, then sing songs against this one. So where the line need to be drawn here? I mean, that shouldn't have nothing to do with a person competing or releasing a song.
And then
We gotta be
when you
careful.
select when you select the judges now, some of the judges on their side, so you know you ain't getting much points because you sang about the government with the
So,
judges are.
so leave it up to them because they're gonna do me what I want anyhow.
Yeah. Every one of us, have a bias. Every one of us have a bias about us, right? But when are we gonna get judges that judge fair and square?
I don't. That you see, the judge is human.
I meet a judge.
It's just mankind.
I meet a judge one time in England who was judging here. I think probably for. I think they were doing a judge for the road marches or the band clash or one of them, and he congratulate me and everything for winning and thing like that. And I tell him, but I didn't win. He wanted to know how come I didn't win.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, he said he give up his school sheets and everything, and he had me ahead. So I don't know. Well, I still didn't win. So I don't
Well,
feel bad.
you had
It
understand,
is
boy.
what
Judge
it
is
is.
like a
That
thought
ain't
of
stop
fire.
me because the composition part for me here in Angola really just is to the culture part, keep the excitement, everything going and what's not, but like, you know what I mean? But where we come from and when we come, back in the days when things was happening around here, there wasn't no competition. We was all about, togetherness. If Not Song was the one to come out that year with good music, everybody gone with Not Song. If Mustangs was the year to come out with that music, chick, 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 run, come, everybody gone with Mustangs. You understand? It wasn't no side, we on this side, we for this side, we for this person. It was a time when we was just Angola, That's why I love that song that I sing that this year. Take Me Back. You understand? So people could really see if they could get the memory back in their head of how things used to kind of be in Angola. But
Let's go back.
Angola now on a fast pace, trying to catch up with the outer wall right now. Everybody's
Yeah,
just trying to put their own people in place.
the thing is that the people responsible for carnival and these shows, they don't have respect. They don't have respect for competitions for people and that kind of thing because how could you be moving shows about it? And I going back to that because every time the Calypsonians complaining and making noise about it, and it's like, who the hell are you be to talk? This is what it is, and that's it. That's no respect for people.
Oh no.
That's terrible.
And you said it best, Gilly, when you said Calypsonians are not united. Because if you have a committee that is dictating without discussion with the same Calypsonians who makes the show, then they could boycott and then there would be no show. But because you don't have that unity, that's the problem you got right there.
They wouldn't, I don't think they would care either if they didn't have the show. Because to go change it from Wednesday, knowing that Thursday it won't be feasible. You can't, that is no kind of consideration there. Because they should have at least, the first thing they should have at least do is consult with the Calypsonians first. I say at least what you think about moving the show to Thursday or what we think we could do to make it, to enhance the Calypso show. But I don't think anything like that went on. It was the same thing with the band clash and thing too, same way. When the band clash first started, the band clash, the chairman at the time, say, there's nothing he could do for the bands and thing at the time. So we need to create something so we could, come up with something to make money for ourselves. And the first year, the band clash was very successful. In the second year,
It's a
I
big
mean,
area.
everything went fine the first year for the bands and everything, but the second year, tours in the band zone no more. Yeah, that band class started, but you ain't gonna have some fun at least. It
You
is what
see,
it is.
gentlemen, this program tonight is about a discussion to talk about some of the ills. Because if we don't tackle them, we will never, our summer festival will continue digressing until it be no more.
Carnival
Because
now,
as I
fella,
said,
Carnival now become is the young people now who really more enjoying themselves right now for Carnival now. I mean, it's the whole dynamic, everything about Carnival right now is changed. I mean, how we expecting it to be. So this is why Calypsonians really have to find a way to really revamp themselves and things like that, because Calypso really
so
take a
you think that that is because of the genre in terms of
yeah, all that,
we
yeah,
no,
that's a
hear me
part of
out here,
it.
Panther, hear me out. Because we're trying to look at the declining numbers in the regression as it is in terms of the numbers, in terms of people attending the Calypso show. We see where the younger generation of today, they don't really have that interest much in Calypso. The soca aspect of it, yes. The soca aspect of it, yes, where you could gyrate, you could talk, you could whine, jam and wine. And it's, what a young person told me the last day? He said, "Boy, Calypso put me sleep." We know that we came up in the age where towards the Calypso show and towards the
But
Queen show. Those were the two biggest shows during the summer festival. But in recent times, we have seen where the Calypso show have taken a backseat to Band Clash. Band Clash is really the biggest show at Lansam Bowl, right? So how do you get the interest, the enthusiasm, how do we get to re-engineer, to bring
how
about
I
a
see this
resurgence?
too, as Gilly, as they hear Gilly, they're complaining and everything like that. All of that's a big part of it. All of that's been a big downfall of the Calypsonians. The
It's
Calypsonians
not tough.
being they're being intimidated and everything about what to sing, how to sing, and then them, as Gilly say, he's singing against his judges, he's singing against this. And then and then who support Calypso is the older folks and stuff like that. And then the older folks ain't want to come out no more because Angola now is
Violence.
not like the place we used to what Angola was. So nobody want to come out and be running from this and running from that and them kind of thing there. So I think that's where the older folks
I
now
think
more
too.
a little
I
more
think too.
responsible and everything like that.
I think too. The unsavory results over the
Right.
years is what helped to cripple it.
But people
You
know
know.
too,
All
the
of that.
audience,
And
a lot of audiences
it
know
is
what things are going on.
Yes.
yeah.
So they say, what the hell are you going there for, because they come with
Right.
this, and that,
Yeah. That kind
Gilly.
of way too.
Gilly, when you saw where the numbers for the Queen show in terms of participation had dwindled to sometimes 3 contestants. Sometimes you can't find young girls to go in the pageant.
Yeah.
And I would say this bit. You see, we Anguillians, we are our own worst enemy.
Yep.
There were nights when I used to go to the Queen show. and I'll be in the crowd. And when a lady come on stage, Lord have mercy, you don't want to hear the crowd, the things them saying about that person. So if you're gonna be saying these things, you have younger people there who one day might aspire to enter the Queen show. But after
Right.
hearing you doing
Yeah.
these things, they ain't
That's
going
it.
nowhere.
No,
They
sir.
ain't going nowhere.
No,
You know?
no. Mm-mm.
I'm serious.
And then you got, then you probably have, so, certain people, are more fortunate than some. Some people might, you got certain people that's being shows and you don't know in Angola again, they say, that person winning, this person, they don't sum up who they have to win and all them kind of thing. So
Let me tell you something.
that's the,
Not cutting you there, Panda. Not cutting you. That's not cutting your point, right? A Calypso tell me one time when he come out to sing, because I don't think that they had announced the judges before. So he said when he came out to sing and he saw a particular judge there, he said, oh Lord, I don't lose. He said that's it. He said he only ain't walk off the stage because he didn't want it to look so obvious. But that's a lot of pressure that is put on the artist when these judges that they select are already done in their mind and have a fixation as to who they think gonna win by all means necessary. So
Yeah.
that alone takes away from the competition. You see it in all the competitions. You see it in band clash. You see it in judging of the
you
road
gotta
march.
have us. You have to have a strong heart here to be in anything here in Angola. You understand? You might get away for your first thing, but if you're trying to be consistent in it, basically, boy, the pressure gonna come down on you. For me, basically I from here. I'm here. I born here. I'm from here all my life. From coming out of school, I've been pressured. You understand? Even from coming out of school, I've been pressured with, even one or two teachers. But you ain't gonna be nothing. You gonna be, you done pressure a long time from small. You getting this thing. So it ain't easy.
Yeah.
To be an artist, to be anything wrong here in Angola, it is not easy. You understand? The people you don't get a respect.
And then
You don't get a respect. You don't get a support. You
right,
don't get a, you know what I mean?
right, true
It's
that.
like they done say already in the whole. If they know you, they won't support you. that's the saying right now in the whole.
But when we as a people would rise above them little petty differences, I mean everybody can win.
When I see things that work out here for anybody in Angola, the best time anybody does get for themselves here in Angola when you're dead. You get all the flowers.
Sad enough, but the reality.
You get all the nice comments and everything about you when you're dead. But when you alive,
When you're dead,
your eyes
everybody who
open,
dead done heaven.
your heart pumping everything. Everybody want to get you to dead so they could talk nice things about you. That's Angular reality. That is Angular reality. That is Angular reality.
What Panda said there really is true. I've gone to funerals and I've never heard anything about the person that was derogatory or anything as such, or anything that
No,
you always hear a glowing presentation about the
yeah,
person.
yeah.
So sometimes
Prettiest
it lets me to wonder, why can't you say these things while the person is alive? Why do you have to wait until the person dies to start to paint this glorious picture of the person. That is what you call hypocrisy.
Yeah. Something of the sort. And I
I'm
think
saying it as it
Angular
is,
now,
you know.
Angular now, we're going too far. Like, you know, and I mean, God forbid, you know, from anybody dying and stuff like that, which we all have to do at some point in time. But I think we just keep the dead people that die on the land too long. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, some people just have to come home and what's not and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? It's a sad situation for anybody who gotta go through that. But I think when, you know, when we gotta stop holding deads on Angular for like a whole month, a whole 6 months, and them kind of thing. I think we just cramming the land. I don't know. I think that's like, hey, that's like the weirdest. It's like the weirdest. Like you're mourn, you're dead. You're dead today. You mourn for the person, and then you want to mourn from next month, and then you want to mourn from another month. It's like, man, we all gotta dead, and we gotta get over it. You know, we gotta get these people down so we could get some rain or something.
Now, just to go back to the judges and so forth, in all honesty, I think because of the unsavory results in the past, that is what destroying everything here, really. I've seen it done in all the shows where they don't judge fairly. And it all depends on the judges who they put there. They know, well, okay, we choose you. You know you got to make sure that Gilly win. So you done gone there with that notion. So if Vanya comes out on stage and Vanya performs like hell, put on a great performance, meets the criteria, Vanya ain't getting past Gilly because those judges know that they have a job to do. You see? So until we as human beings get it right, I mean, if a band performs the way it should, and you know, give it to them. They deserve it. You know, you don't want people out there saying, "Why don't compete in that, my son?" You see what happened? I stopped competing in
I
that.
think from
You know?
Army year, that's when our band Clash kind of fall off that year too. You know, from that Army year, I think that was the most people I ever see in our Carnival Village. That year, I think which was 2013 or 14, one of them years. And my God, it was such a nasty year for me, Vanya.
And you know something, why this would never fix?
It was a good year
You
for
know
me,
why
but
this would
still a
never
bad
fix?
year.
And this would never fix because the few people that benefiting from it and it working for them, it's all good. They would never
Yep.
say and be honest within themselves to say, you know what? No man. Panther had deserved it, man. If me and Panther competing, and they give it to me, and I know fully well, man, listen, no. Man, the man beat me, man.
You
But you
crazy?
see,
I got some people who say, shut up and get over it.
yeah, yes.
Oh, but in
Yeah.
reality,
Don't
we
be
don't
misplaced by.
we don't have a pool of, we don't have a good pool of judges. The same judges we use every year. The same, we don't have a good experience pool of judges in Angola. There needs to be some kind of judging camp. How to top it.
I think they gotta have some kind of judging. You gotta have some kind of judging school or something.
Seminar.
You gotta have
You have
proper.
seminar.
You gotta have proper. You gotta have people that knows about music, melody,
Right.
clarity, all them kind of things.
What to look
You
for.
can't just pick up
what
some.
you-
You can't just
This
pick up
is-
some random person.
That's what's been happening. Just pick up
Let me
the
share this here, right? You want me to show you how far this going? You want me to show you how far that's going? Why Carnival can go dead? And be careful, I got a goat mouth, huh? I remember at Prince and Princess show. We here still?
Yeah.
I remember a Prince and Princess show. At the end of the show, I don't know how a team could win the segments and still lose the show. But I don't know that's a different way of doing things. Again, how you don't add it so neither. But anyhow, when I walk through backstage to go through the gate to go home, and I heard a lady actually say, "Who them? You can't afford to let them three-peat, else nobody gonna want to compete next year." You imagine this? So you're gonna deprive a little boy and a little girl from winning a show that they won just because nobody might want to compete next year. So imagine you're doing it to children and all.
Yeah.
But Gilly, I know that there were years when Splinter won the crown for a number of years until it took his brother, Returner, to defeat him. I know there was years when Tornado, but that used to build the hype to see who could really dethrone, because there was a young girl, her name is, she had give Tornado some serious competition that year. I will never forget. And if Tornado listening right now, he will tell you, yes, that's so true, you know. But look, until you know, if a person keep winning it fair and square, that is good because it makes the other competitors, our contestants, come better next time to try and dethrone that individual. You got to bring your A game, you know. But the judging here over the years is really what has been killing Carnival. I've been in the village and I've heard people come out of the village saying, "Oh, why? I ain't come back and here with them next year." That is so blatant, so blatant. He won the show. Look at that, blatant. You know, so it's very disheartening and discouraging when you have to go through that system, you know. And it seems as if the people who we put. Now, I listen to you guys just now said, yes, we need to have some sort of clinics set up for people for coaching. People has went as far as say we need to bring judges in from overseas to judge. But that's a big problem. If we can't judge we own, we in problems. Yes, I say every one of us have a bias. Remember that. But we have got to really rise above the pettiness. And if Gilly perform good, give him the crown. If Vanya perform good, give him the crown. You understand? I mean, it would only encourage things to be better. But to steal, you know, I mean, come on. When it's so blatant, you know, so blatant, a band perform, bring the curtains down, bam, 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 everybody leave there saying, that band win, next minute you look, you hear a decision, you'll be like, what? Oh, I know, you know. So our summer festival, there's a lot of issues that need to be dealt with, you know. Yes, everyone wants to win, but you ain't gonna win if you don't bring your A game. If me and Vanya in a competition, and I beat Vanya, fair and square, I agree with Vanya would come over and shake my hand and say, "Bye, so you get me." But when you ask to see the sheets, you're supposed to know where you are, right, Gilly?
But it doesn't score me on no sheets.
Them don't score you at all.
Score you on
No.
hand. Score you,
Yeah.
score you on
Yeah.
hand.
Honestly,
That's
the competitive element of the show is what brings. Look, what do you think will make people come to the village? To see the bands clash. Because the bands that go all out and bring them a game. So the people is judges too, the people that be there judging based on the criteria what they see, they'll be there judging
course.
accordingly. Because they ain't no fool. They could see, well, okay, he played the
Of
test tune
course.
better. He played this better. He played that better. People can see that. So people are prejudged. And by the time the results come out, if it go the other way, people will be like, well, how that happened? Where? You know what I mean? So sometimes it does be too blatant. You see, it does be too blatant. Remember, people put their energies in everything out there on the line so we could have a show. That's why you must respect, the organizers must respect the performers, must respect them, because when you change the date for the Calypso show without discussion, it's like you telling them, the hell with are you? If I don't like it, lump it. You understand? And that is the sad part about it there. They don't care. So what you're sending a message is that you don't care whether they live or die. You're killing the whole art farm by that behavior. You see? So we got to rise above this. Everybody can win, but we must be fair and square.
Focus is not on
Look,
us.
I'm gonna say this
Focus is
here.
not on us.
I'm gonna say this here. There were some years when Panther, well, in the view of many,
Could have been.
should have won. Now I'm saying this. He didn't. Okay? He didn't. And there was times when his fans got frustrated and tell him to pull out. Pull out of the competition. Just done with that. Just come and play for your fans and come out of the competition. But until you have that competitive element as part of the show, thing ain't gonna be sweet no more.
But that's
So,
where I
so that is why,
that's where I start losing the fans too, because there was no more competitiveness for me. So
that's exactly that's my
start
point where I'm
slacking
going,
off.
Panda. Yeah, just give me a sec, Panda. That is exactly where I'm going. When he pull out, then the same fans who
Yeah.
came and said, "Why don't go with that?" who was upset over the decision. When you pull out, you miss that competitive element, and then everything started going down. Panther lose some fans. The whole competition then lost its essence, lost its flavor. It didn't have it anymore, and stuff like that. So we must rise above these things and do things as they should be done, because you're killing the whole thing. You're killing the culture. You're killing it. You understand? Look, I had to
Big
go on the
time.
radio with Vanya. Vanya knew this too. I had to go on the radio with Vanya when they were trying to change the band clash, to another date. And people called me from St. Martin. People were upset because people used to put aside them time to come over just for that on the weekend.
Oh yeah,
People,
them come for the band clash and them stay for August Monday one time.
right? People actually was perturbed by this. People didn't
Yeah.
like it,
No.
And let me tell you, the bands were the ones who created the band clash to the level of which it has attained, the level in which it has reached. So don't touch the
The
band
thing
clash.
is,
Don't do that.
they give us back the day, but now they make us look like we did something wrong. And they really fighting they're fighting all the bands and things for that too.
But when we they realize that the bands and calypsonians, they play an integral role as far as the whole summer festival is concerned. You know.
There's
Hey, look,
something behind all of this, you know.
do you know what it is? Are we trying to figure it out? Tell me
We're trying to
the
Vanya,
secret.
figure it out.
I think Vanya could tell you because I had a year, 1 year when Vanya didn't have one. Just DJs, only DJs on the road, and they didn't want no bands at all from Angola on the road. So Vanya should be able to tell you about that.
Well, that's a decision that we made because the funds, you know. Yeah. We couldn't afford to pay bands to go on the road for Jubilee Mornings. So, a decision that we
But I have
made.
never
No.
they don't have they don't have no committee that ever come in Angola Carnival that ever pay bands to go. You know who bands them to pay to go on the road? The bands them not bring in here. Them not pay them bands to go on the road because you gotta get them system and you still gonna pay them because them bands ain't gonna come here to play for free. You're gonna get no band to come in Angola to play for free.
But
No
them
band.
bands should be going on the road.
Yeah, no person.
Why should this band be going on the road?
Honest. Huh?
Why should any band come from afar to go on the road like what I'm going to do? It should not. I shouldn't have.
But they got people does that. They got people does it. They got people bringing bands and pay all their accommodation and everything.
I shouldn't.
You understand? And put them on the road. Find a system. We got so hard to get a system.
Earlier in the conversation, earlier in the conversation tonight, I think I heard one of you guys said this crab in a barrel mentality. I don't know if it was Panther who alluded to that. But while we were on the point of judging, there was a year that at a particular judging point, no judges show up. No judges showed up.
Man, you gonna say man, we only show for heat tonight, man.
That was an incident that happened during my time. That was unfortunate because.
Vanya, don't you think I know?
Because it's triggering the thing is that the committee that we had set up for Juve didn't come through, and that's the issue. You know, let's welcome Sean. We got Sean out here for the track. That's a good way to. Sean, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing, man?
Look like you're doing well.
Just add water.
Yeah, we got the big bad Panther vibes right there, man. What's going on?
For sure.
All right, let me just chime in here. Let me just chime in here as the instigator and the instigator / agitator. Sean, first of all, let me say good evening to you. Welcome to the program In Your Face. How you doing?
Yeah. Good night, guys. Good night to everyone, man, and everybody out there. Everybody out there looking at the program right now. You know, I'm good, man. I'm good. Just here chilling. You know, counting down the days to Red Fed. We've got exactly 3 weeks to go, man. You know what I mean? So
you're late. You're late. You know, Sean, you're late for the date.
Yeah, I know, man. I was traveling earlier, man. Since yesterday, I've been doing some traveling. You know what I mean?
We do appreciate you, though, having you.
Yeah, of course. I had to step in, man. You know what I mean?
Gentlemen, I am of the opinion that this is going to be one of the biggest Red Fed, as they call it, the phenomenal. I think it's going to be the biggest. You know why?
Phenomenal Red Fed, man.
Because we are experiencing a tremendous drought here on the island. And we need rain. We need rain.
So don't worry, man. We got our water for the Red Fed, man. Yeah. I'm gonna sprinkle some on the live right now. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing, Sean has been doing a lot of promotion. That's for sure. He's been doing a lot of promotions, and that's you haven't liked it. That's for sure. You know.
All right. Let me let Sean walk us through what we can expect from WetFet on Friday, the 31st of July. Talk to me, Sean.
Oh man, to everybody out there, man, you can expect pure vibes from Red Fed. You guys and everybody don't know what Red Fed is all about, man. Red Fed is my best description of Red Fed, like I like to do, man, is like it's like Juve in the nighttime. You know what I mean? Pure madness, pure craziness, just pure clean fun. You know what I mean? A lot of water, a lot of vibes, a lot of energy, and you know the bands and stuff like that. Even the bands when they perform, you know, we encourage the bands to perform all the hype and the hypest songs and stuff because Red Fest is a very hype event. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's like Juve in the night. You know what I mean? So Red Fest is going to bring a lot of energy, a lot of great performances. You know what I mean? We got on Red Fest we've got like 3 or 4 reigning road march champs from around the island. Of course, we've got our own. I like to call him the big bad PVI. You know what I mean? We've got a road march champs from St. Martin, skillful band. We've got a road march champs from St. Kitts, New Vibes Band International. You know what I mean? So it's going to be pure vibes, man. You know what I mean? A lot of energy. You know, Red Fest is one of those events that a lot of people just be pumped up for, man. You know, because you know we run a crazy promotional campaign where we get everybody hyped for the show. So you know we build up the energy for the event. So when the night of the event come, you know, folks come to the event with a lot of energy already built up to just explode and let loose. You know what I mean? So it's going to be the same usual vibes. You know what I mean? A lot of energy.
All right, Sean,
And
if I
good
may just
vibes, man.
interject here. What I wanted you to do is give the listeners and the viewers the lineup, what's
Oh yeah,
happening.
of course, man.
We know it's going to be a high energetic night. We know that people are going to add water. We know that they're going to be soaking wet. We know all of
How
that.
about
We know
next
them on
edition?
splash. You know all of that. Talk
What's
to
the
us.
next
Give us
edition
the
going to be? What's the next
Definitely,
edition?
man. And this year for Redford, man, I'm really super happy and excited about the lineup because I think it's one of the best lineup we've ever had. So the lineup for Redford, man, like I said, we've got PVI, you know, who's the reigning road march champs. He's the reigning best Redford song champion too. You know what I mean? We've got YSM band from Anguilla. We've got Jahari Chi, who's a really good upcoming artist, you know, representing Anguilla and Dominica. We've got out of Dominica, Little Boy and Kwandan. And of course, you guys would know that Little Boy, he's like the biggest thing in Bouillon now. I mean, one of the top producers in producing all the big Bouillon beats. And he's got probably the biggest Bouillon song ever, which is Someone Else. And you can and that goes by the numbers that the song did over the last few years. It's probably the biggest Bouillon song ever done. You know what I mean? We've got the Rainer Road March champs from St. Kitts, New Vibes Band. We've got In Styles Band from the U.S. Virgin Island. We've got the Rainer Road March champs, Skillful Band from St. Martin. We've got 2 international DJs, DJ Vibes and DJ Zero from St. Martin. And of course, we've got DJ Yush from Anguilla, you know what I mean? And guys, guess what? We've just added one more act to the Redford lineup just yesterday. And we were about to announce it maybe later tonight or sometime tomorrow. We were just waiting to finalize the graphics. But now that we actually live, I'm gonna announce it. We've added from Dominica, DJ MV and DJ MV and on the keys. You know what I mean? They're like some big, probably the biggest Bouillon DJs out of Dominica. You know what I mean? DJ MJ and MV on the keys. You know what I mean? So they've been added to the lineup just yesterday. You know?
Yeah. And this is
All right, talk
all
to us a bit about
right?
the admission.
So the admission for Redford, you know, we had the early bird tickets going for only $40. The regular and general admission is $60. Or at the gate on the day of the event, you pay $70, and we've got the VIP for $125, and that comes with all drinks inclusive. You know, all unlimited premium drinks all night long for $125. You know what I mean? So those are the prices, and of course the ticket location is Changes Bar in the Valley, or any member of the Revolution Entertainment team you can get the tickets from. You know what I mean?
That's good.
All right,
She got me ready.
Danny,
She got me wet. She got me wet.
Danny, you
Yeah,
were
for
about to
sure,
say
man.
something?
No, I was asking if this is going to take place in the Carnival Village, the Carnival Village, right?
I want to say to Sean, because I know that he's put a lot of effort into this Red Fed, because there was a time when I think there was a year that you didn't do it, Sean, right?
Yeah, well, since COVID, we haven't done it much. We only brought it back 2 years ago for our 50th anniversary. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
hopefully now, you know, like I said in a previous interview with you, once we get the similar date going forward, we're gonna make it annual every year, like it used to be back in the day. You know what I mean? Because that's the plan. You know what I mean? So if we can get the same date next year, we'll continue doing it every year. You know what I mean? So this is just like basically the reintroduction of Red Fed. You know what I mean? To our carnival, you know what I mean? So hopefully going forward, you know, we can have that date and keep doing it, man. You know what I mean? Because it's an event that's loved by everyone. It brings a lot to our carnival. It helps to enhance our carnival lineup, the events that we have for carnival. You know, it helps to enhance that. It helps to bring added people to the island, create that extra excitement and just the whole carnival vibe. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing, man. So we're hoping that the powers to be, you know, the carnival committee and those who has the power to pull the strings and make the decision that they will continue to give us this date so we can make it annual. Because I honestly think that with Red Fed being on the Friday and Band Clash being on the Saturday, I think the two events kind of really works well together, and it complements each other. You know what I mean? Because Red Fed, Wise Band Clash, both on Red Fed is like band event. Red Fed is more like international bands. Band Clash is like local bands. So it really complements each other, man. And it's like, for me, it's like the perfect two events leading into Juve, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, I hope we can keep it that way. But like I say, it's out of my hands. So if the carnival committee, you know, can see the vision that I have and after this year recognize how good it was and how good the events complement each other, hopefully they can
Make it a
Yeah.
staple event for
definitely.
the summer festival. I like that, and that would be good. But I know that I can anticipate that this year's Red Fed, you bet, it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
we're going to have water
gonna
here,
be
water
wet.
there, water everywhere. But there's something that I'm a little bit confused. You got an area called the dry zone. What was that?
Yeah. So for the first time, we implemented the VIP dry zone. We never had a dry zone for Red Fed, you know, because once you come to Red Fed, you gotta get wet.
But Sean, I don't understand that, because
I know,
you go
right?
to a wet fed,
You gotta get wet.
and you always get wet. I never hear it. I was a wet fed and you never get wet. So how you gonna maintain not being wet in this dry zone? How you gonna do this?
So let me explain how we're doing it. So the dry zone, when you come through the entrance, I'm gonna let a few things out of the bag. Once you come through the main entrance for Red Fed, once you scan your tickets and you go down, you know, we actually have a waterfalls that we're gonna set up. So when you enter Red Fed, you have to get wet. But before you get to the waterfalls, we're doing the VIP in the upper level. So you take the stairs to the left and you go to the VIP. So that's why we call it the dry zone. So you don't have to actually go through the waterfalls. But if you want to get in the mix of things where all the mad fun is going to be happening, you have to go through the waterfalls at the entrance to get in the main area where everybody's going to be at. So it's your choice. You know what I mean? So trust me, even the folks
But Sean,
even
what
the
I
folks
don't
that are going in the
understand.
VIP, right? They're gonna want to
Yes.
go down a party with everybody because that's where the mad fun is going to be happening. And in order to
Yeah,
get
but I
that
hear
there,
you. I
must
hear
go
you.
through the
I know that.
waterfalls.
I know that. I hear you. But I'm saying here, though. I'm saying here. I don't see where this dry zone where you're gonna stay dry. I don't see that. Because
It's going to be
water
in the
will be
upper
all
level.
about.
That's why it's going to be an upper level.
Yeah,
It's going to be in the upper level. You know what I mean? So as soon as you come in the entrance, then you take the stairs to the left and you go to the upper level. So you're going to have a bird's eye view of the event. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, I know those folks are going to come down and they're going to want to go down in the regular section with everybody else because that's where all the fun going to be. That's where the waterfall, the hose are going to be spraying the water. That's where we're going to have the foam machines and everything. You know what I mean? And trust me, when they're up in the VIP looking down, they ain't gonna want to miss out on that shit, man. You know what I mean? They're gonna come right down, man.
Nice. I love it. You're doing a good
But it's
job.
just, we just wanted to
I
add a little
really,
twist to it, you know what I mean? And create
I really want
create
to.
a section, unlimited drinking section, you know what I mean?
I really want to say though. You got a good layout. You got a good plan. You got a host of artists that are going to be performing. The cream of the crop, from Collision Band to PVI to Jaharichi to the group there that sang Someone Else.
Yeah.
it's just going to be excitement and more.
I'm telling you, man.
Lots and lots of water will be
Definitely.
pumped through that night.
Yeah, the
You know,
line,
so
like I
let me
said, man,
say,
the lineup is one
yeah,
of the
they're gonna,
best lineup ever for Wet Fed, man. It's gonna be non-stop action, man. You know what I mean?
all right. Panther, you've been the Red Fed, you've been the Red Fed king now for quite some time. You know,
Yeah.
give us your spin as to how a Red Fed does be, really.
Wet.
Get it wet.
You couldn't have said it better, brother. You
Yeah,
couldn't have said
man.
it better.
Yeah, man. Wet Fed is really, I mean, for the time I've been doing the Wet Fed shows and thing, it been really off the chain and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's always an excitement to create a Wet Fed song because it's like
Yeah.
the most easy thing to do because it's just basically singing on water. So just try to be creative about it in any way. You know, come from the rain, we come from all
Yeah.
kind of different thing. But right now this year we're gonna just add a little more water to the Wet Fed.
Make it better.
That's how you go.
Now, Panther, you would have released your 2026 album, I think it was on Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Definitely Thursday, yes.
Yeah.
The 9th.
Now, a lot of people, the fans and so forth, a lot of people are not aware of what goes on in terms of producing an album. You just don't go in a recording studio and put it together. There's a lot of time, there's a lot of energy to get it right. People don't understand this. So therefore,
Definitely.
I always commend all the bands to do this. As a matter of fact, Vanya and I had extended an invitation because I told Vanya to extend an invitation for Latest to be on this show tonight as well. You know that, Vanya, I did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying here now, your music, that song called Pressure Again. When the bands come out and release their music, it's pressure because you don't know what they go through.
Right.
To get the sweetest refrain, you don't know what they go through as a band. They go through to produce this music for the fans. Because the bands don't make a whole ton load of money off of the music. They don't. So they are the ones who does this for the fans.
Definitely.
And Salo, I want to say
we
something
try
very
our
important.
best,
I want
but-
to I want to say something very important. You hit the nail on the head. A lot of us in Angola take the bands for granted, and I think we need to show the bands more appreciation and be thankful for what a brand brings to Carnival in the whole. And I want to say this right here publicly to my man Panther right here. Panther is one of the main persons that one of the main bands that really helped to build the Wet Fed event. And I got mad love for you for that, bro. You know what I mean? We've had a good relationship
Respect.
all my promotional career in Angola. And he's helped to build the event along with the other local bands and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate that, man, you know what I mean? Because I know like what the guys put out, like producing their Wet Fed song and stuff like that, there's no prize money that we can put up that's equivalent to them, the energy and the effort that they put in, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that as a promoter, and I want the Carnival comedian, every other promoter in Angola to give the bands them more respect and more appreciation for what they do, and we need to pump more into the bands and support them more, you know what I mean? Because trust me, without the bands putting out music for Carnival be boring as hell, man, boring as hell. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to thank Panther and say that personally, to him, to help him build the record over the years and what he's done for our culture. He's our living legend, bro. We gotta cherish Panther. He's not gonna be singing forever. You know, whether he's going to be singing for the
No.
next 5, 10 years or whatever, we need to cherish him, man. That's our legend right there. You know what I mean?
That's right, Sean. Sean,
Try the best.
you said it right when you said legend. He's a
Yeah,
living legend.
Panthers a living legend, bro.
Honestly, he's a living legend.
A living
Now,
legend, I'm telling you. And I'm
Panther,
calling out to everybody to show this man love and appreciation, bro. You know what I
Panther,
mean?
you did 12 songs this year. What made you do that? Because I mean, I know that in the previous years, bands used to come up with a whole CD with a load of songs. This year, you surprised me. 12?
Wow, that's a lot.
Well, these are stuff in my head, you know. Some of the stuff is in my head, and then Reggie them have their own ideas and them thing also too. But the bottoms on the road, the bend up, the zoom,
I like it.
quite a few of them, I had really had in my head. So every year I want to say do 2 songs and then say next year come to this. But I'm old school, so I try to do it, the way I know, the way we used to do it. You can't just come with 2 songs and then say, yeah, this for Carnival, boom, bam. We need variety. Angola right now, we way in the back when to come to music right now. The Dominicans gone,
Real
St.
talk.
Kitts gone, St. Thomas gone. Everywhere else gone except Angola. We just here bickering and
That is
want to
so
give people red flag and bring down people and all kind of thing. Your old,
Yeah, we fight down each other too much, man. Too much, you know what I mean?
Woody,
Yeah,
Just
that's
what
true,
you see what I'm trying to
Sean.
say?
We got this
Just
crab
look
in
how
a
the
barrel
VI, look how the
mentality.
VI, look how the artists from the VI has been taking off and blowing up one after the other. Why can't we back
yep.
our own Angolans and we can blow up just like that? Panthers as good as
Nah.
any artist from the Caribbean, you know what I mean? And it's real, man. That's what I'm saying. We gotta support more, man. We gotta, you know what I mean?
I
A
Yeah,
lot
most
of them,
remember.
definitely.
a lot of the promoters them here know definitely who I am, and they know that a lot of the artists them outside of Angola, a lot of them look up to me same way, but
Exactly.
I remember Panther. I
they
remember.
like I say, if them know you, you won't get the support, man, and it's so sad.
Yeah, Panther, I can remember one year I was driving to Brooklyn to come on that song, ATM. I had to pull over and blast that music and just couldn't stop jamming. That song, that was
Yeah,
just, the song was
me,
creative.
yeah, man, respect, love alone. But me and Vanya have history too, Cello.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
and
Well, we
Vanya
watched
have.
One Trip to the Fall, right? We watched One Trip to the Fall.
Oh yeah, we
like
were
standing
headed,
in the bridge.
yes.
Standing in the bridge.
September 11th, we
Yeah.
were headed to some job on Long Island.
Yeah,
And
we
we saw
talked
the
about that shit in the
building, we
bridge.
saw the smoke coming out of the building, and we was like, the World Trade Center on fire, what the hell?
Right
Then we
down
hear
in
it
the
come
bridge,
over the,
watching it collapse. And
yeah. We were right on the bridge when this thing collapsed. Right on Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, man. I stayed with Vanya in Queens, New York for about a month.
But then the scary thing is that
No, but
you're
I couldn't get back. I couldn't get to leave. Right, I couldn't get to
everything was
leave.
shut down for time.
Everything was shut off. Yeah, man.
So,
That was a
Panther,
weird.
which songs are you pushing for Road March material?
Well, the roadmap song for me this year as 2020 for 2026 will be the Zoom In, definitely for sure. That's the song I will be pushing, definitely.
But
But the
that song,
pressure will be
Panther,
there to back up.
I listened to that song Zoom, and that song has a whole load of action in that song.
Yeah, the song is basically is an action song. It's basically a song. Well, to tell you the truth, right? I have went over to St. Kitts, like, for the carnival last December there, last year, whatever. And I was a part of the judge over there. So to getting to be behind the scenes and see how Gilly, I could tell you everything. I can speak. I can speak as a. I can speak as a judge because you know, for all my years being in the music, you know, I was, you know, thankful and, you know, humble enough, you know, that Sing could see that, you know, and that kind of thing in me, you know, to give me that opportunity to come over there and be a judge and stuff like that, you know. So we really take the song from me coming from being a judge. So I try to implement a lot of things what a judge would like to see. You know what I mean? So I think that's where I kind of get away a little bit with the song and stuff like that. So it was
Yeah,
like, you know,
because the reason why
yeah.
I said that is because your song is always an action song that people demonstrate on the road with your song. Like, for example, last year, Cross, when I saw you at the judging points and the people set up on the left and they set up on the right and then they cross, I actually heard people around me start to say, wow, boy, that look good. That look good. Cross was so
When I
infectious. Cross
not cut
was
me a
so infectious that I went as far as I went to Santo to attend my brother's wedding, and Panther went with me to, you know, and we performed that song down there. I actually performed the song. The song up. No. This is serious, Daniel. I performed. I performed the song in the song. Honestly, you know. But why I say that to say this, that when you listen to that song, Zoom, that song have action can done. Strike a pose. There's another part there where
start to
you
wave,
come forward, you wave, you
I listen to the
look. Let me show you.
left,
If
I
the
listen to the
crowd get
right.
that, if the crowd get that right, that would be like a magazine on the road. I telling you, if them get that right, the different when he says zoom in forward, you know, everything when he says that, and you know he's a general, he's a commander. Everything that he says, if the fans does that in coordination, you know, want them do that the right way, Fred, look, that would be something to behold. I can tell you that. And you know them ladies gonna like to
Well,
strike a
everybody's
pose.
waiting to see that, of course, yeah, man. And then you got a part there, freeze.
Yeah.
I'm gonna freeze that crowd for at least 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Look, let me tell you, brother. I listened
I
to
tell
that
them
song
how
for
it
the
is.
I listened to that song for the first time, and I say, "Wow." I thought that Cross were bad, but this is a song that got a lot of action. Sean,
And then they
while you're
say
jamming, you're gonna
we
have to
have
do a
to
lot
take,
of action. But the
It's got
you
action
have
that
to
you're
it's
gonna
take,
got
do,
crowd participation and a lot of stuff to involve the crowd, and
right.
that's very
The
smart, man.
action,
You know what I mean?
the action gonna be
yeah,
just look beautiful to watch, brother.
Yeah.
you
I
have,
really, God spare life. I really want to see them doing all of that. I want to see them ladies strike a pose and zoom in and
Yeah.
what are you gonna do there
bottoms
again,
on
That's
the
Panther?
gonna
Let
be
me
the
road.
highlight of the song right there, the freeze. You
walk me
know what
through
I
there
mean?
again, Panther. Walk me
Say it
through.
again.
Walk
Start
me
the
through again
tune.
there because I think tell me what the song says. Panther, you there?
You see
Oh,
what
he's
the song say?
demonstrating.
You getting the
Yeah.
light forward, man. You get the light forward.
I see you zoom in. I see you zoom in.
You need more than that? Well, you see, if you listen to the song, you know, at for the bosses, lights flashing. Now we on the scene. Whole heap would look like a magazine. I'm trying to, you know, explore Angola and show off Angola, you know what I mean? Put Angola on the highlight so we could have walk with your camera. And also too, what really make me use the camera parts because for last year, for Eyes Wide Shut, when Marshall was on stage, he made a comment. I mean, nobody ain't gonna talk about he like that, you know what I mean, because of who them is. But you know, Marshall, everybody excited to see Marshall, but Marshall, you know, the people, everybody got a phone out. So they want to, like, you know, capture Marshall, but Marshall want people to perform for him too also. He want to get back the energy, you know, basically, but everybody just with the phone. So Marshall is like, put on the phone. Put on the phone. Put down the effing phone. You know, so yeah, definitely. So I don't want nobody. If you got to take your phone to watch me, I want you to take a picture. That's your phone. I can't tell you what to do with it. So zoom in and zoom out. Yeah, I could say it. I mean, it's on record. It's on record. You know, so. Everybody with a phone, everybody want a part of the show, everybody want that memory. So you can, as a, you know, for the guy who he is, what's Cello doing? Adding water?
Yeah, so we'll jump off a little bit. So anyway, we're gonna end the show off because it's 10 o'clock. We usually finish. It's 10:30. We usually finish at 10. So
Man, yeah, but I had to leave long time because I had to be out somewhere for my son.
So let's start with Gilly. Gilly, you want to say anything before you want to say your final?
I would just wish that the people in charge of these shows take more consideration for the participants, you know, and just do things right. And I think our main problem outside of that now is you know, let's have a safe carnival, man. Let's unite. Let's enjoy our culture together as one people, man. Leave the hatred home under a rock or something. You know, if you think that you gotta have hatred in your heart, leave it home, and when you go out around other people, spread love. You can go back home to that hatred if you want, you alone. But don't bring
I like that
your
one.
shit
Go home.
nowhere
Go home
outside.
to hate.
Yeah, man. Don't bring that out among other people that come to show us to enjoy themselves and free up, man. And stay
Yeah.
home.
Big
Stay
time,
home.
big time, big time, big
Let's
time.
live good. Live nice, man. Live nice.
Yeah, bring your wife, not your knife.
You know what I mean? Definitely.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I think I'm back. I'm back. My battery kind of run out there just now.
Man, we had a water running.
Any chances of you coming back in the Calypso Arena?
Of course.
You see, Panther on my case now. Really and truly, right?
Yeah, because
This year, I had two. But then when you really come to think of when the decision was made to move the show again, I just dropped everything I saw it, man.
I hear ya. That could
It's like that Californians like Papa shows, man. That Californians like Papa shows.
Let me interject here, really, though, Panther. You may not know this, but when Gilly first break into the Calypso Arena, I must say that he has come a long way because
when
when he come with me, when he come with me for the radio to do an interview, I used to say, "Boy, you come in here with your country, your country
interview
lipso,
by.
his country lipso."
Yeah.
You
But you
remember
know, I
that?
did a
You remember
song.
that, Gilly?
I did a song on that in
Gilly
2016, you know.
Gilly's Ireland with it. Country Calypso?
Yeah. When
Yeah,
I
country
started,
lipso, country lipso.
people shouted, "Country lips on neon." I was
Aye.
taunted, but I persisted. 10 years on, still going strong. I did a song on that 2016.
I used to love to hear you and Cello interview, Mike. Cello is a be up there cracking up with you, Mr.
Yeah, man. You know, you see, these are things I could handle. Not a problem. I like this. When you face to face with me, you tell me what you want. No problem. You can criticize me down to the bottom of the
That's
barrel.
radio.
But
Yeah.
don't do dishonest things to me behind my back, man.
That's of course.
You know,
Aye.
But
I
you
want
kind
to-
welcome to Angola.
you kind of come a long way. You've mastered the art now. You're not singing country lipso anymore.
no.
You can't, Cello, you can't say that because he could have gone right back to how he started because he ain't been in it no while now.
Once I jump out of the fire in the frying pan, you order in the frying pan. You can't get back in the fire. You got to stay in the frying pan.
Cello, you guys want to hear a story?
Got to keep getting burned.
Tell
You want to
me,
hear a story, Cello?
tell me.
Gilly had make a bike for me going to school, you know.
No.
A bike?
We was a welding class, and I had bring a bike there. We would try to have broke, and Gilly was trying to weld it back. Gilly weld back the bike, and when I jump back on the bike to go ride the bike break again. Gilly bottom the bike.
What can I weld down, Gilly?
But I nearly dead at him. I Gilly bottom the bike.
Man,
Tell you
I
what,
expect you to
tell you
say
what.
that here, man.
Tell you what, gentlemen, in the essence of time here now, because the clock is winding down here on us, really. The discussion tonight really was focused on reviving the culture somewhat, because we see where our summer festival has certainly regressed, and we want to get it right. We try to look at areas as to where we think we're going wrong, what is the problem, and we got to hear from you guys as to who are the performers at times. Get to hear you what you think is some of the problems going forward. But if we don't come together, we're gonna lose it all, brother. You know, because our summer festival is bigger than all of us. It's about Anguilla. You understand? We want people to keep coming to our shows. We want people to come to our shows. We want more heads in bed. You know, we trying to make our summer festival one of the best in the Caribbean. But in order to do that,
Let's just say it in a nutshell. Angola for Anguillians.
in order to do that, we've got some work to do. We see where convenience is taking over conscience. I'm saying here tonight that if we don't get a hold of it now, we're gonna lose it entirely.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Carnival is about, our summer festival is about showcasing our culture to the world, putting our culture on the grand stage. I always commend Mr. Vanya Harrigan for what he did in terms of bringing tempo to the island of Anguilla. he brought Tempo, and Tempo was like a conduit because people all over the world get to see Anguilla. And people still always come to Anguilla as a result of what they saw on Tempo. So
Those photos
I
are
always give
and
Vanya his fair due,
Yep.
even though when he came for the first interview, I tongue lashed him a little bit, fall him in line, but he persevered and he brought Tempo here. And he didn't have the kind of monies which we discussed already to pay Tempo. But Tempo came, and Anguillians all over the diaspora, all over the world, saw Anguilla. Tempo took Anguilla to the wall. And ever since, Anguillians flocked this island, brother.
Yeah.
So if we don't get a hold of it now, we must remember the region have a number of festivals. Antigua have their carnival. Tortola have their carnival. So if we don't get it right, people will go to these islands for vacation rather than coming to Anguilla.
They
Anguilla
already going.
is a gem. Okay? And we got to put aside a lot of stuff that we're doing that ain't right. Okay? It's the Anguilla culture that comes first. You understand? We come first. Panther just said Anguilla is for Anguillians, but we welcome
That is it.
visitors to our shows as well.
Exactly.
We welcome you.
Welcome.
Come and
we
explore the
welcome,
tranquility
we welcome
wrapped
everybody.
in blue.
We are
Okay,
not
we
for-
welcome you. We welcome you.
Yeah, there's I
So-
want to say, Stella, there's a lot more that can be done in terms of marketing for our summer festival. I mean, there's so much you can do. Like you mentioned when Vanya brought Tempo, that was one of the greatest carnival we ever had. I remember that like it was yesterday, man. That was one of the greatest carnival we ever had. And right now there's so much more in this developed social media time. There's so much that we can do. Like for instance, we should have had big social media platforms like Julian's Promo, Trini Jungle Juice, Bajan Tube, all of them contracted to help us promote carnival. I'm actually stunned and surprised that we don't have those folks on board with us, because all the other Caribbean islands hire these folks to promote their carnival, and it gets to everybody. I mean, these guys have millions of followers. You know what I mean? Look at me. I'm just a single promoter. For my birthday bash, I had some coverage from Julian's Promo. If me as a single promoter can get Julian's Promo to do stuff for me, Anguilla as a whole country could get him to do much more. You know what I mean? So I think, I don't know, it's a budget. I know it's a budget problem too. We need to pump more money into carnival. We need to get influencers, the right influencers, to help us promote our carnival, and these social media these top social media platforms out there, like I said, Trini Jungle Juice, Bajan Tube, Julian's Promo. If we can get those three on board to help us promote our carnival, we would get so much exposure from it, man. Because these guys are going to meet the right folks, the folks that we want to come to our island, who got the spending power, the folks that like to experience different cultures every year. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of work to do, man. I think in terms of promoting carnival, we probably 10 years behind, man. We need to get it right. You know? And you know what's the funny thing about it? When you try to give your advice, no one.
Just shut you
I
down.
don't know if it's because it's coming from a particular person. Now we ain't gonna take your advice because it's coming from you. No, we all Anguillans. We all should partake and put in our piece forward, and we take ideas from everyone and we join up those ideas and we come up with an That's what it's about. You know what I mean? But you know, it is in England, man. It's always a fight down for everything you're doing, and unless we get rid of that fight down amongst each other, we ain't gonna get nowhere, man. Because I can tell you, with this Wet Fete, and Vanya, you and I had conversations, and you know, because Vanya is my close friend, you know what I mean? I confide in him a lot, and we had certain conversations, like, even with this Wet Fete coming back this year, I had a lot of fight down, you know what I mean? A lot, man. If I was to go in it, you guys would be shocked right now, you know, but that's a conversation maybe for another day, you know what I mean?
John, stick a pin. I wouldn't be shocked.
I believe that, yeah.
I would not be shocked.
Yeah, the regular folks out there listening would be shocked.
I know exactly what's going on. I know what's going on. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, and it's only, and I swear to God, man, so it's only my love for promotion, my love for the
I
culture in
wouldn't be
Anguilla
shocked neither.
made me do
You
this.
know
I
why?
could have I could have stayed my ass right here in New York and keep my money and do something right here. But I decided to invest my money to bring back Red Fair, to create another event for our carnival, to help bring more people to the island. And when you do that, you would expect everybody to rally around you and be like super, super supportive, but it's not that way. It is that way, but it's like you're getting a pullback from people who got a grudge against you, or it's some
Like I
bullshit, man. You know
said,
what I mean?
if
But
they
it is
know
what it
you,
is.
they
You know what I
won't
mean? By the end of
support
the
you.
day, you're doing it for the people of Anguilla and for the culture, the love of the culture, the love of the music. I've got a passion for promotion. And at the end of the day, I know by bringing back Red Fed, I'm doing something good for my island. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line. Once I'm doing something good that my island and my people and the bands and the talent can benefit from it, man. It doesn't matter who hate from the side. That's not even that doesn't even bother me. You know what I mean? Because the talents getting a big platform to perform, the people are going to benefit. It's going to create a lot of like temporary jobs. You know, the Red Fed event, like my crew down there, a lot of them make the carnival spending money from the Red Fed event. You know what I mean? That's always important to some folks. You know what I mean? That's how they make their spending money. You know what I mean? So it goes all around. There's a lot going to come in from Red Fed in terms of like revenue for the island. And I know
It's
for sure
always a
with
give
Red
and
Fed
take,
having
brother.
such a good date this year, a lot of folks that has never got to witness Red Fed, they're going to witness it for the first time. And I could personally tell you of at least 50 to 100 persons that I know that was not coming to Anguilla, but they're coming just because Red Fed is so deep into Carnival and because of the date. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing all around. And what I'm trying to say is that once you got folks that doing stuff like that willing to go deep into their pockets to do something for Anguilla's culture, you must support, man. Why won't you support it? I don't understand it, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
why, Sean, if I might just interject here, that's why I said to you that if you can get July the 31st to be a staple date, that's one of the first things that I told you,
Yep,
you know,
exactly.
so that every July 31st, we will be aware of
Exactly.
that date is Red Fed's date. So it could be a stable date
It
for
would
Red Fed.
it should have been
And
Exactly.
I'll say this, hello.
I want to say thanks to our viewers who took time, you know, to be a part of the program tonight. I miss my sidekick, Harold. Really missed having him here tonight, but we didn't deal with current issues tonight because current issues is a part of the show where we tango in the political happenings. Tonight, we dealt with trying to revive the culture. Sad as it is, today we lay to rest one of our cultural icons in Brother Lee, you know. So we certainly hope that tonight our listeners and viewers found the program interesting. We will be we'll be going into this vein until Carnival starts. But we have to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because if we are to make our carnival, our summer festival successful, there's a lot of things that has to be done in order to attain this, or to achieve this. You know, we are too divided as a people. We are too divided as a nation. We have this crab in a barrel mentality, which is sad. We spoke about
Extremely
the
sad.
judges, you know, which is again destroying the you know,
the
why
fabric of the source.
you must be fear. If Sean deserves this, give it to Sean. You know, it would only help the other person to work harder next time to take it from Sean. You know,
Exactly.
so until we understand that we ourselves are our worst enemy, we is what killing the whole thing. That's why sometimes you don't get the kind of participation because we are destroying it from within.
Yep.
All right. Anguilla is a beautiful place. Anguilla is a gem, the gem of the Caribbean. But we as a people, we got to wake up. We have not arrived. It is sad. that we keep pulling against each other, pulling each other down. And as I said, the crab in a barrel mentality. Sad. I want to say thank you so much, Gilly, for joining in tonight late. Better late than never. It was indeed a pleasure having you aboard. Gonna have you back again. Look sharp. You might be in with us next week as well. Sean, my brother, thank you for coming on, Sean. Thank you for coming on, because
thanks for having me.
you know, I know that it is tough for you, you know, to get in the timing that we wanted you to be here, but nevertheless, like I would say, thanks again for making that conservative effort. Thanks for being here. We certainly appreciate having you here. And thanks for your comments, man. You love Anguilla, don't you? I see that.
Oh, with a passion, bro, with a passion.
Sure.
That's why
Mr.
it gets me angry when we try to hold each other down, and when someone tries
Right. Mr. PVI.
Like when conversations Vanny and I have, one of my favorite things I be telling Vanny, I was like, Vanny, why they do this when someone's trying to do something good? Embrace that person, help that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you see, we got this habit here in Anguilla.
Yeah,
If he do it, and I didn't do it, he shouldn't do it. So he's not right. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. All right, we got that. Now we go over to Mr. PVI, who is a living legend, and I want to thank him for taking time to be on the program tonight. Of course, you know, the invitation was extended also to Latest, and we are extending it to other performers, other acts. Troop leaders have indicated to me also that they want to join in and talk, because they too are feeling the pressure. There's a lot of pressure going around, you know, pressure again.
Wow.
Because I went to the supermarket just today, and a lady said to me, she said, "Boy, Silo, I only love the troops because I love playing mass." But you see, we're feeling it too. We feeling the pressure. So I think we're feeling the pressure all around, you know. But Mr. PVI, a living legend, let me say to you, thank you so much. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavor.
Yeah, man. Thank you for inviting me too, man. I really appreciate it, you know.
Yes,
Good night. Good night to the whole panel and everybody, man. One love.
And last but by no means least, Mr. Vanya Harrigan, thank you again. Your mic was not really 100%. I'll use a little term to describe it, just for some laughter. Sounded like you're down in a cistern.
Echoing a lot.
Songs.
Yeah.
You sure he ain't get choked?
I don't want to say all of that.
Yeah.
But hopefully, Vanya, you'll get that cleared up for next weekend. You know, so that we don't come on the air and be on the air testing and all that, you know, so gotta get it right. Because we try to be as professional as we can be. Again, I want to say thanks to all you loyal viewers. Thank you so much. Jolene, good evening. How are you doing? All of you. Thanks for putting up with us. Thanks for being a part of it. We certainly hope you all enjoyed it. Have yourselves a great weekend. Mellow Cello, the first, saying ciao for now.
Good night.
Bless, man.
All right. Good night.
In your face. In your face. What may not like you. In your face, in your face, in your face, in your face. In your face, Island vibes, we bring it through to light night. Turn up the sound, let the people unite. From the heart of PF, we speaking it clear. Real talk, real change in your face, we in your face. We say it bold, no delay. Trooping vibes every Saturday. Voices rise, let the whole world hear. We bring the fire in your face, right here. In your face, 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 in your face. We talking life, we talking change, we talk solution. solutions. From the street to leaders, sparking revolution. No filter, no fear, just real conversation. Building up Liverpool, uplift the nation. Ideas flow like the ocean tide. Different views, but we stand with pride. From young to old.